Hi guys, it's Riley from Rocket Zero and welcome to another Pxlpeeps tutorial. In this Pxlpeeps tutorial, we're going to be building a minion. Now this minion was designed by Pxlpeeps, description down below. So what do we need for this little guy? We just need some black wool, some blue wool, some light blue wool, some yellow wool, some black stained clay, that's going to be for his size, some white clay, not white clay but white wool, light gray wool, and dark gray wool. So we're going to line up in the bottom as we always do. We're going to find the spot. We're going to go to our black wool. I'm going to place 3 blocks. So 1, 2, and 3. And above it, we're going to put 2 blue ones. And then 2 more. Then we're going to place 1 block here. And then 2. And then 2 more blue ones below it. And our 3 black ones. That's going to be the minion's feet. And now we can begin with his little square body. So we're just going to put a couple more blue blocks so that you make 1 more layer. And on this side, we're going to put 3. So 1, 2, 3 blue ones. And now 1 light blue one. Same thing on this side. We're going to put 3 blue blocks. So 1, 2, and 3. And then 1 light blue block. And then 2 light blue ones here. And 2 light blue ones here. Blue in the middle. 1 light blue here. 1 light blue here. Now we're going to switch to our blue. And we're going to finish this square here. We're going to fill in this gap. And our blocks go there. And that's half of his body. Now we need to start working on his arms and finishing his overall. So we're going to make 3 rows of 3. So there's our first row. There's our second. And now let's do our third. And now let's do the same thing on the other side. So 3 rows of 3. So our first row, our second row, and our third row. And then starting here, we're going to put 2. And then 3 yellow blocks. So 1, 2, 3. An extra block, taking it out. And then 2 more. So that you end up with 3 and 3. And now we're going to do his little hand. That's how you build his hand. Now we're going to do his not torso, but his arm here. Starting here with 2 blocks. And then 3. 1, 2, 3. Put in an extra block so we can take it out. And then 1, 2, and 3. Now his hand. 3 blacks. 2 blacks here. And that's it. We have built his little hands. Now we need to finish his overall. So we're going to put 3 blue blocks. So 1 here, 2 here. And our light blue wool is going to be connecting these blue blocks. After we do that, we just got to fill in this gap with some blue blocks. And then right here in the middle, we're going to drop down by 2, and then 1 to the left, 1 to the right, and we're going to replace those with some light blue wool. So there you go, right in the middle, take the 2 blocks on the side and below it, and you're going to replace those with light blue wool, and that's his overalls. Now we got to do his face, or head, or whatever those things get. We're going to bring him up by 3, so that he ends up right where the little thumb is, at that same level. So another row, 1 more block, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to raise it so it's at the same level as the thumb. And am I right? Let me go look at this guy. Yeah. And we're going to place 3. So let's make sure we have 3. We do have 3. So now we're just going to grab our black wool. And then our white. And we're going to bring it all the way towards the right. Stopping 1 block short. Putting it black. And then black below the white. And that's his little devilish smile those little guys have. Now we just got to fill in that gap with some yellow wool. And do his like goggles and his hair, and we'll be done. So let's do the yellow here. Now that's what you guys should have so far. Pause it whenever you guys need to. Then we're gonna go up by 4 right after we finish this row here. So after we do that row, we're gonna go up by 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we're going to grab our black stained clay. Even though it looks a little brown, it's black stained clay. Now our light gray wool goes here. 2 blocks. Dark gray below it. Dark gray above it. Light gray next to it. Dark gray on top of that. 2 light grays next to it. And then 2 white ones below that. 2 white ones here. Now 2 light gray ones. 1 dark gray below it. And there goes her 2 light grays. I'm sorry guys, I messed you guys up. 2 white ones on top, gray left on the left, and then 2 white ones here. And then our light gray goes here. 2 light grays to separate them. White next to it. Gray on top and below the white. Then 2 white blocks here. 2 white blocks on the top. And then right below it, we're going to put 2 gray ones. 1 dark gray. 1 gray. 1 dark gray. And then 2 white ones. And then our light gray goes on top. Right here goes our dark gray, light gray, dark gray, and then 2 here are going to be light gray. I'm sorry if that made no sense at all, but that's what you guys should have so far. And then our 2 stained black clay. Even though it looks brown, it's stained black clay. And now those are his goggles. We just got to fill in some yellow and his eyes and the top of the head and his hair, and we'll be all done. So let's go ahead and let's start with that yellow. Let's finish him out. That little gap here in between his eyes. And now let's grab our stained black clay. And we're going to do that shape inside his eyes. And in that gap, we're going to put 2 black wools. That's going to be his pupils. Now we're going to finish his head. So we're going to grab our yellow wool and we're going to go up by 2 and to the left. Then up by 2. And then 2 to the left. 1, 2. And then 1 on top. So you end up with that shape. Now we're going to do the same thing on this side. So 2 yellow, 1 to the right, 2 yellow. And then 2 to the right. And then 1 on top of that one. And we can just connect them. And that's it. We just got to fill in that gap with some yellow wool and add our last pieces of black wool. And we're going to be done with our minion. The last yellow block goes there. Now we're going to switch to our black. And we're going to put it here. So an extra block, take it out. Extra block, put this one on top, take it out. Then here we're going to skip 2. Black, skip 1, black. So I end up with a gap of 2. And then here. And here, taking that block out. And that's it, guys. We have built our minion. If you guys enjoyed this tutorial, please give us a like down below. Tell us what you should build next. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time.